going to keep on going with these tough questions. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing okay. So, another really common question will have to do about sex for sale. Whether it's what is a prostitute or what is pornography or porn, or maybe even where you find some sexual content on your home computer and you have to have a conversation about pornography with your child. Um, this is a fun one for parents as well. So, you can talk about the history of sex a little bit, and you can say that, when it comes to prostitution, it's actually one of the oldest professions, and that some people actually sell that as a service to people, and they sell their bodies and engage in sex with someone in exchange for money. That's what prostitution is. If you have some values around it, again, insert those there, okay? If you feel like that's something that people shouldn't do, or, whatever it is, if they do, it needs to be consensual and not forced, whatever your values are around prostitution, if that were a question your child had. When it comes to pornography, boy, with the internet, it is definitely online, and it is likely that your child may see something sexual online. And you may get this question or some variation of it. What you can say is that, again, that sex, sometimes people sell sex, and they may record themselves having sex or doing something sexual to somebody, and that's called pornography. And this is something that some adults watch because it may turn them on or get excited when they see it. It's not something for kids, and there's a lot of stuff on the internet that people are showing that isn't really representative of what people typically do in the bedroom. There's a lot of things that are extreme online, and sometimes people have fantasies of things that they've never experienced, and sometimes people, when they're selling things online, they want it to be really extreme so it gets clicks. So there's a lot of stuff that's there that isn't really what people are doing. That's really important to understand, and it's also something to share with your child so they don't think that some of the crazy things that are online are things that are typical, right? And that they're going to be expected to do or to do to someone. So I don't know if any of you've ever browsed much online, but there's pretty much everything, right? You name it, someone is selling it online. And you never know what your child may come across when they're doing searches. So just letting them know that it's important that they protect their eyes a bit, and that they don't have to watch everything that comes up, nor should they. And not everything is age appropriate for them. There's stuff online that's more for adults, and even some stuff online that you may or may not ever want to see. It might be violent or gross or degrading or sexy or just, whatever. There's lots of different things that people may see online. And I think an open, honest conversation around that is really important. And if they ever see something that makes them feel uncomfortable or they have questions about, that they won't be in trouble and that they should come to you. You don't want them asking Mr. Google for everything. You want them talking to you. So the more open and honest you can be, and try not to jump to conclusions and those sort of things, it's only going to benefit you and your relationship with your child. If you find pornography on your child's computer and you need to have a conversation about it, try to keep your cool. Sometimes parents are so upset that they might be like, you can't do that in my house, and tend to shame their children around being curious about it. And honestly, they might have just stumbled across it. Maybe they weren't looking for it. It sort of just showed up, and then they clicked, and they didn't know what it was going to be. And I think it's really important that if you do find that you say, you know what, sweetie, I need to talk to you. I was looking at your computer and I saw that you've been to some websites that are really for adults. And I want to talk to you more about what you may have seen and see if you have any questions, and also have a discussion about what's appropriate and not appropriate to be clicking on, and what's really for adults and what's not for kids, right? And having a conversation about that. And if they have any questions about what they saw, that you're here to talk to them about it and say, look, it's normal to be curious, but it's important that you don't look at things like that, because they're really not meant for someone your age, and I don't want you to see something you can't unsee, and that may upset you or might not be something that you fully understand. So I want to make sure that you talk to me if you have questions like that. If you ever see something online, or if someone shows you something online that makes you feel uncomfortable, please tell me. Okay, so there you go, and I'll see you for our next question, tough question, very soon.